Guys, crazy cool tutorials here. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make this origami 3D transforming ninja star. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Get your paper and your scissors and let's get started. So as I said earlier, today I'm going to be showing you how to make this origami 3D transforming ninja star. This is basically the 3D version of this transforming ninja star right here. And I did do a video on this too, so be sure to go ahead and check that out by clicking on this iCard right here. Anyways, so before I get started and show you how to make this 3D transforming ninja star, I'm just gonna explain a few things about the paper that you should use and the paper. So if you're using origami paper or have any other square sheet of paper already that you want to use and you think it's perfect size, then you can go ahead and skip this section. So if you're not using that and you're going to use printed paper, let me just tell you a few things. So first of all, this model that I made right here is using this one square that we take out of this printed paper like on most of my videos. So just one square, so like it would be this width. So that's this big, and this is bigger than my hand when it's in the transform position. So just keep that in mind. This does get a little big if you want to use one square from printed paper, but if you're gonna divide the printed paper up into two squares, that is perfect, or you can just use origami paper. So the two square sheets would be 14 centimeter approximately by 14 centimeter, and most origami sheets are 12 centimeter by 12 centimeter, and that will turn out like perfect. It won't be too small like this right here for the original transforming ninja star that I did, but it won't be too big either. So that's all I have to say about the sizing and the paper. So let's get started. So since I'm making two squares out of each printer paper, I'm gonna need 4 sheets of paper. So just to add some color and flair, I'm gonna have 2 blue sheets of paper and 2 white sheets of paper. And this is just regular printed paper, so yeah, you can find these pretty easily. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start off with 1 sheet of printed paper. So I'm just gonna set the others to the side. So you wanna tilt this sheet of printed paper like this, so that the long sides are facing up and bottom. And then you wanna take the right side and the left side and just fold it in half. And then unfold it. So now, basically this is like 1 unit and this is 1 unit. But these are rectangles, so we still need to make squares out of it. So it's pretty much the same thing that we do with the 1 square out of a printed paper. Just take this side and mash it up to this side, and take this side and mash it up to this side. Once you match them up, give them a crease. Okay, so now we have 2 triangles, or 2 squares. So now what we need to do is we need to get rid of this part. So fold this part over the triangles, mash it up perfectly, and then once you have it all matched, give it a good crease. Okay, so now unfold it, and then unfold it like this. So now you're gonna cut along this line and then along this line right here. So just take your scissors and do that. Okay, so now as you can see here, I've got 2 squares and each of these is gonna be a unit. So now all I need to do is do the same thing with the rest of the 3 sheets of printed paper. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so now we have all of the sheets that we need, all 8 of them to be exact. And I know I didn't mention this earlier, but you're gonna wanna grab another sheet of printed paper because we're gonna have to make a template. So basically, you're just gonna wanna do this one more time. So we just need 1 of these squares. So it has to be the exact same size. So just do that same thing over again, just 1 more time. Okay, so now I have 10 squares. But since we only need 8 for the 3D transforming ninja star and 1 for the template for the units, we can take this 10th one and throw it away, keep it. It doesn't really matter. You can do whatever you want. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you how to make the template for each one of the units. So this template can be reused over and over again for all 8 of the units. So just take one sheet of paper. So I'm just gonna start off with the white sheet of paper for the unit, and I'm gonna show you how to make it. Okay, so we're gonna take the bottom edge right here and fold it up right here. And then you're gonna leave an X amount of width right here. And let me just tell you that this amount that we're gonna leave is actually gonna be this part of our 3D Transforming Ninja Star. It's gonna be the width of our 3D Transforming Ninja Star. So it depends on you. You can make it very, very tiny. You can make it very, very big. But I'm just gonna go right in the middle and just make mine just that much. And yeah, I'm just gonna give it a good crease right there. Okay. And now I'm gonna unfold it. Make sure there's a nice perfect crease. Refold it, give it a nice good crease, and then flip it over just like this. And then you're gonna take this bottom flap right here, this one flap, leave the second one down, and you're gonna take this bottom flap right here, and you're gonna fold it right on top of the flap that's underneath it. So just fold it up until you see that flap, and then give it a good crease. Okay, so now that's your template done, and all you have to do now is start making units. So let me show you guys how to make them. So I'm gonna be showing you guys how to do one unit, and you can do the rest by yourself. So just take another square sheet of paper, and then take one side and shove it all the way to the edge. So right here, we're gonna open that and then shove it right there until that crease, and then fold this over like that. So it's locked in place for now. Now we're gonna take this bottom edge right here of our unit, and we're gonna fold it up until we reach this edge of our template, and then give it a good crease. Now we're gonna take our unit out of the template, rotate it 180 degrees, and then put this side all the way back in, all the way back to the crease, and then lock that in place by folding that over. And then you're gonna do the same thing. Take this side and match it up with this side. So just do that and give it a good crease. Okay, so this is where it is changing. So now you're gonna take it out, and then instead of rotating 180 degrees, just rotate 90 degrees. It can be to the left or the right, it doesn't matter. So this width right here, this area right here, this is gonna be the width of our 3D Transforming Ninja Star. That's gonna be facing up and down. So just like that, and then stick it all the way to the back. You wanna make sure it's all the way to the back. If it isn't, it's gonna mess up your 3D Transforming Ninja Star. Make it all the way to the back, and instead of folding all the way up to this side, all we're gonna do is fold this blue side up, and then as soon as we see that white part, we're just gonna give it a good crease right on that white part, matching it up. Okay, now you can take the unit out of the template, put the template to the side for later use, and then I'm gonna be showing you how to finish off this unit. Okay, so now what we wanna do is we wanna take this side, or this line right here, and this side, and match up to this line and this line respectively. So take the right side and then match it up to this line, right, or crease in the middle of the paper. And then take the left side and match it up to the left side's center crease. Okay, and then give it a good crease. So as you can see, it's not like an airplane where you fold it directly down the middle and then fold it like that. There is a gap in between these two triangles, and that's perfect. So now we're gonna take these triangles and just fold it over themselves. And now this is very important, pay attention. So instead of creasing the whole thing down, we're only gonna crease the space between these two center lines. So just give that a nice good crease, okay? And now what you're gonna do is you're gonna make a triangle here, or a line or a crease here, and a crease here. Since I made this square or this unit out of printer paper, and I had to fold a triangle to make a square out of printer paper, that's why there's already a line. So if you're using origami paper, you just want to make sure to do this step on both sides. If you're using the same method that I did, you can do it one side, two sides, it doesn't really matter. Okay, but just make sure you have this line over here and right here. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So basically you're going to match this side up with this side. So just take this, round it off, and match it up and do it a good crease. Okay, and instead of creasing all the way right here, where this line comes, you're just going to give it a good crease till there. That's it. Okay, now do the same thing with this side. Take this side, match up with this side, and once you have everything lined up, give it a good crease. Okay, so just like that, give it a good crease. Okay, so now we can flip this over just like that. So you want this part facing up and this part facing down. So you want to fold this whole thing right here, this right portion of our unit over like this, over that line that we've already made, and give it a good crease. And then unfold it and do the same thing with the left unit. Fold it over the crease that we already made, and then again just give it a good crease. Okay, now flip it over again so you have it like this. And now what we're going to do is we're going to actually make it look like a unit. So there's one step though. Just like we did on the back side where we folded this like this, we're going to do the same thing on the front side, except we're not going to crease from the top to the bottom, only to the top to the center of the paper, from the top to the center. So the right side is done, and now we have to do it for the left side. So again, we're not creating any new lines, we're just refolding that piece of paper. Okay, just give it a good crease. And now, if you fold these two like this, and then tilt it like this, you should have something that looks like a unit, but it's not a unit yet. So now what we want to do is you want to take this center part and just push it down so that this comes up on both sides. Okay, just like that, and then just give it a good crease wherever it needs a crease. And yeah, that's it. So that's one of your 3D Transforming Ninja Star units. Now you just have to make 7 more. So let me go ahead and make those. Okay, so about 10 minutes later, I have all 8 pieces that we need. So it's at this point that you can take your template and you can throw it out, or you can keep it for next time. Anyways, so to join all of them together into that one massive 3D Transforming Ninja Star like this, all we're gonna do is just fold the corners. That's it. No glue, no tape, no nothing. So just take one from each color. If you have 2 different colors, you don't have to. I think it just adds a little bit of flair. And this is pretty much the same way that you would join a regular Transforming Ninja Star. You would take this nose right here and just shove it in like that between these 2 flaps, just like that, just like that. And then, like I said, you're just gonna fold these corners inward and just give them a sharp crease, and that's how you join the units for the Transforming Ninja Star. And that's basically what we're gonna be doing for the next 4 units. Yeah, the next 4 units. The last 2 units are a special case, and we're gonna have to do a little bit of work in between them. So go ahead and join a total of 6 units, and then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 units joined together. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna join the 7th unit, which is this white one, and the 8th unit. So the 7th unit, again, is pretty much normal. Just make sure you don't put it into this 1st unit. Make sure you put it into the 6th unit, and then fold the 6 units corners inside of the 7th unit, just like that. Okay, so now you may be like, there's no space for the 8th unit, how are you gonna fit that in? Well, all it takes is a little bit of persuasion. So this 8th unit is gonna go like this. We're gonna take its tail. We're not gonna put the 8th unit's head in first. We're gonna take its tail, put it in like that, and just squeeze that 1st unit up, and then put the head into the 7th unit's tail, just like that pocket right there. And then you can fold the 7th unit's corners into the 8th unit. Just like move the first unit a little bit to the side when you're doing this. So just that, like that, and then flip it over and then fold the other corner in. So as you can see, my sixth unit's corners got a little bit loose, and that's fine. Just retuck them in. I'm pretty sure one of your units are going to get loose, because this is a little bit of a tedious process. Okay, so now we have our 7th unit's corners tucked in. Now it's time we tucked in the 8th unit's corners all the way into the 1st unit's tail right there. Just be wary of the 2nd unit. Just like that, and then all you're gonna do is just flip it over and just tuck that one in like that. Okay, and then you can adjust everything a little bit. So some corners are not fully folded in. Just fold those things, adjust everything, push them all together just like that, and there you go. That's your Transforming Ninja Star, your 3D Transforming Ninja Star. So now if you fold it like this and you push it like this, like that, you should get all 8 units coming out just like that on both sides. So yeah, that's the 3D Transforming Ninja Star. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, be sure to like this video, comment on it, share it to all your friends, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thanks a lot.